On this week's episode, we start off talking about what it means to be a human being. And we need more human beings on this planet right now. So,
or at least acting like human beings.
So please start acting like human beings. And then we talk about the FICO scam.
Yes, because Steve doesn't want me to do anything except pay cash for everything.
Well, no, but I mean, you and I are at the point where we need to start thinking about retirement. And had we started thinking about retirement sooner, we would be retired.
Oh, yeah.
So we bought into the scams of the world. And like I said, we just need to people be more human. And we talk about giant food.
Oh, yes. And the Lamborghini that Steve doesn't think is a Lamborghini.
I don't think well, they even say it's not a okay.
It's
designing a car by you, but designing it totally
right
to look different. And then we talk about Halloween and McDonald's Boo buckets.
Yep. Not boob buckets, just boo.
Well, okay.
We'll talk about boobs tomorrow. Next week.
Talk about the boo buckets. That'll be on Scott's show. We'll talk about boobs, and then we'll talk about some really cool art that I'm going to try and recreate.
There you go. So stay tuned and watch the show.
Welcome to the Don't Know Show. Today I'm going to start the show a little bit different. I think that it's important to say that we've lost it as a human race. I mean, we're totally done. I mean, we're going to get on, we're going to have fun, we're going to let you escape all this, but I have to say something, and I hope Scott would say it also. Whether you're a Palestinian or Jewish, I think we need to, as a society, as a human race, say the murdering of babies, infants in their cribs is deplorable. We also need to say that going to a music festival, knowing that we had the worst massacre of people at the festival here in Las Vegas, them attacking the festival in Israel and killing over 260 people.
And mostly young people.
Politics are politics. Okay, but there has to be, to remain a viable human race, period, somebody has to say no. And the politicians in the United States are actually having a problem saying no, that, you know what, killing infants isn't right. I'm going to say it. Killing infants, don't do it.
Exactly. But I'm curious about something. Isn't there a stronger word than deplorable? Because it really should be stronger than just deplorable.
Not right. It's not right. And as a society, we should not accept that. And yet we do. There are protests going on all over in universities and campuses and stuff supporting what happened. And you know what? I understand people are oppressed. I understand things are wrong. But going around and killing infants cannot be the way to solve those problems.
Correct.
So with that, I want to say thank you for tuning in. I promise we're going to have more fun this show, because that is the best way to, forget about what's going on in the world for a little while. Well, I'm Steve.
It's not about forgetting it. It's about understanding it and knowing that we need to make changes. I'm Scott, and this is a tale of how bad life decisions like they made led to a YouTube show, a podcast, and a live Twitch stream.
Right. And we're going to talk about what we've noticed is going on in the world today, which we already started on. And we're going to talk about things that we just don't know. And we want you to escape what's going on out there, have a little bit of just let go for a bit. Just go, oh, okay, I will be able to survive. I will be able to make today. I will be able to make tomorrow, and go on. So we're going to talk about what's happening in the world today. Go down to whathappened.world, which Scott has fixed mostly. And go and see. We still got to get the YouTube thing turned back on. I haven't had a chance to work on that. I apologize. But our podcasts are getting posted back up.
Well, first one did. I just ran out of time this week to get the new one up. It's all ready to go. I just have to do it.
That's cool. Well, it'll be there.
Yep.
But yeah, so with that, let's talk about the pictures behind us.
Oh, we have those.
Yeah. So it looks like it's getting cold by you.
Yes. We just had 3 days of 40-degree weather with winds and 3.5 inches of rain. Thursday, Friday, and actually Saturday, it stopped at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, which was pleasant. It was supposed to rain all the way till midnight. It got done early, which meant that the wedding that I was doing, at least they got dry finally because they were outside the whole day before in the rain. It was terrible. But anywho's, the leaves are changing. And what's really cool about them is the colors. I mean, look how much, well, on this particular picture, these are evergreens. So, of course, no, that's not an evergreen. Yes, it is. That's an evergreen. These are turning yellow. Right? So, and that's an evergreen here. However, I wanted to take another picture as we were driving past that because as you're looking, there's trees that haven't even started to change yet. But look at the color of this tree. And this isn't even as bright as some of the ones we saw when I was driving. This one I was able to stop and take a picture. The other one, traffic was too heavy.
Yeah, but pretty cool though.
The colors are coming. We're not anywhere near peak yet, but it's going to happen quick now that we've had 3 nights with light frost. We covered our gardens. Our garden's still alive. But we have this week. It's going to get up to almost 70. But then I want to say on Thursday we're going to have a hard frost, and that's going to do it. And of course, what Steve has is Area 51 behind it. And the aliens are finally taking off.
Well, I was still going to talk about your stuff behind you.
Oh, that was it. The pretty colors.
I can't talk anymore about it then?
Okay, you could talk about it.
I thought I said we were going to talk about the pictures behind it.
That's right. We.
So I was doing a little research on some subjects for the show.
Okay.
And do you know where Mount Rushmore is?
It's in one of the Dakotas.
Right. It's in South Dakota.
Yes.
So see, there it is up at the top.
Yep.
The presidents.
Yep.
Okay. National Memorial, South Dakota. While I was researching that, I noticed this current condition alerts. Highway 244 closed to through traffic. Highway 244 closed to through traffic. Why? Check it out, dude. What did that say?
Winter driving.
Yeah. They're snowed out.
How funny is that? So they're going to be closed all the way till May.
Nah, well, not till May, but I mean,
it says through no later than 5/3 of 23.
Well, that road, but other roads will be open in that area. But yeah, right. The one road in there will be closed. Isn't that crazy already?
And that's South Dakota, not North Dakota.
Yeah, South Dakota. I was like, wow. So, yeah. So you think you got it bad? Not so bad.
Surprise.
But what happened to me, the West Coast, this weekend?
Johnny Cash made his appearance in the skies.
Correct. That's right. The Ring of Fire. Although because we're at a bit of an angle, it wasn't a total ring.
No, you were only at like 90 some odd percent.
So I didn't quite get it at full ring, but even though it never really got to be the full ring. You can see it kind of blocked it, but because I couldn't find it and because I couldn't really stare into the sun, I didn't really have a lot.
That's a problem.
But I did figure out I could recreate it. So there's the sun, right?
There you go. Yeah. Woohoo! There you go. Except, you need to be farther away with the light.
But that's kind of what it did.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So kind of funny. But yeah, so the annular eclipse where the moon doesn't block out the whole thing, I would have had to travel 3 hours east, I think, to fully see it.
Right.
I didn't feel like jumping in the car and driving 3 hours.
Yeah, because you're so damn lazy.
Well, that, and I thought okay, I'm glad I didn't because that, and then you can see on my shoulder here, wait, I know which way to move. I move that way. That was the sun. What you're looking at is the lens flare to be able to see the eclipse.
There you go.
So that's what you were looking at. That bright.
You betcha.
I couldn't shut the aperture down far enough to.
You were supposed to have the sunscreen blocker in front of you.
I didn't have that many hands. Could
For crying out loud, Steve, you suck up to the people around you and say, I will share this picture with you if you haul this for me.
And I didn't go buy anything either. I didn't go. I could have bought stuff, but I was like, So I got up, I got to see it. So that was cool. But yeah, see, so there it is. Kind of cool.
It is.
I see the moon blocking the sun. But yeah, when is the next one we have?
5 years or something?
It's like every 8 years for the annular. Hang on, let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, we got just a little bit of a clip, but
Did you really
couldn't see it because of the storms. But they said if what we would have seen if there was a clearing was a partial.
I was going to say, because it didn't really come through your part of the
Correct.
world. The world? The
Uh-huh.
world. Yeah, the world.
World. It's the whole world, Steve.
So I found date and time. How's the eclipse? Where we'll be able to see the eclipse next. So October 14th, that was this one. And you can see how it came down through there.
Yep.
Then there's a partial. Nah. But then partial, that's not worth it.
Penumbral.
Penumbral?
Penumbral.
Not penultimate, it's penumbral. I don't know what penumbral. I think that's the other side. And then there's a total one on April 8th, but that's going to be you. That's closer to you. So see how it goes through the Great Lakes there?
Right.
So that'll be you. So that's April 8th, 2024. But yeah, so see the total list there.
Cool beans.
Look at all the different paths. That's a weird path. Annular, total, annular, total.
Yep, it was a total eclipse of my heart.
No, it's not ours. Annular, total, not us. Annular, total, not us. And wow. It'll be a while before it gets back around here. That's next 10 years. Wow, okay. Well, could be a while before we get another eclipse that we can see in the United States.
Bumbers.
So yeah. So that was my picture behind me. We went to the last soccer game of the season. It was cold.
What do you call cold?
70.
Yeah, right.
Sitting outside.
My weddings would have been very happy with 70 degrees.
Sitting outside is very cold.
What's really funny is on Friday, it was like 51, 52 degrees during the afternoon with the cold rain and wind. And then at about 8 o'clock at night, the temperature started going up. It went all the way up to 60 by midnight. And then the low front passed and the wind changed from the south to from the north. By 7 o'clock in the morning, it had gotten down to 45 degrees.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
it was almost 60 when I went to bed.
We're getting those big swings too.
Yep.
So we go down to 85 was the high today.
Yeah, don't they have the swingers convention there next month?
And the cold one, or it says 87, it goes down to 61. So, and you know what happens when it gets below 60?
People wear parkas.
Too cold to wear shorts. No?
No.
Okay.
You got to get down in the low 50s before you stop wearing shorts.
Maybe by you. I don't know.
But anywho's, that was pretty cool. So what do we got for our first official subject of the day?
Well, we got one more official subject for today.
What do we got?
So you remember I told you about, our politics are like, people are just idiots right now.
Okay, I will not disagree with that.
The whole world, people are just becoming idiots. So John Fetterman is a United States congressman, right?
Yes.
Right. He was on the Stephen Colbert show.
Okay.
And he made this quote. He goes, Americans aren't sending their, quote, best and brightest to Washington.
Okay.
to serve Congress. Okay.
And he's talking about himself then, obviously.
Well, okay. You would think that would be the assumption, right? I mean, if you're going to say that America's not sending that, yeah, he didn't say except me. He just said that. But this is the guy. This is the guy who wears, that's right, gym shorts and a hoodie. At least there he's wearing a button shirt with his gym shorts in the halls of Congress.
Yes.
To go vote and stuff like that.
Yes.
So he can wear a suit. He does understand the difference. But in the interview, when he went on the Late Show with Colbert, he wore his gym shorts and
sure.
Like it's not a matter of comfort. It's a matter of respect.
Yes.
Right. And that's why you dress the way you dress, out of respect, not out of, I want to be comfortable or whatever. But I'm just like, this is not the guy who should be going on national TV going, America's not sending their best and brightest to Congress.
Well, I don't know why he shouldn't be that guy. He's the poster child for it. It's perfect.
Yeah, you open up, you do that. But I'm just like, governments are broken throughout the world. There's no place else to go.
Yes. The problem is the people who truly, truly care and want to do well, they get squashed because
they have career politicians in there,
right?
That have all the control and all that stuff.
Yep. Yeah. Because we've had some decent people that have been in government, but they just make life miserable for them and they can't get much accomplished.
Right.
It's like Jimmy Carter, when he was president, they squashed almost 80% of what he was trying to get done. Once he was no longer president, he got a ton of stuff done. Holy
he did it on his own.
Yep.
I mean, he was out there swinging a hammer.
You betcha.
If I had a hammer.
We need more politicians like that. The problem, if we can get a majority of politicians like that, the minority would end up finally caving in. Shit would get done properly.
I've told you the solution.
Yep.
Vote them all out.
The problem is the only people that are willing to run
are the crooked people.
Yep.
Like the guy from New Jersey who just happened to have $500,000 sewn into his clothing and his laundry.
Right.
You just don't understand how government works, Scott.
Yeah,
that was his quote to the court.
Oh, it was not, because he didn't say Scott.
No, you know, the judge's name wasn't Scott.
Right.
Because
it wasn't.
So we had a unique conversation. Was it Tuesday, Wednesday? I don't know.
Was it Monday?
We got off on a bit of I could check it doesn't matter what day. This week before the show.
Yep.
And we started talking about how America is slowly destroying itself financially. And when I say America, I mean the American people.
Right.
And we talked about the FICO scam, the credit scam. So credit versus cash. How should you survive? How should you live? And I brought up the credit score and what a joke it is because people brag about how good their credit score is.
Yep. Of course, most of the time they're lying, but.
Well, yeah, they're not only lying, but that's how good that these companies that want to keep us in debt have gotten at it.
Yep.
How many credit cards do you have, Scott?
Credit and debit, or just credit?
Just credit, because debit's like cash at this point.
Okay.
And you don't get cash back on your debit card. At least I don't think you do. If you do, let me know. That's a good deal.
Yes.
But credit.
I'm going to say 3.
Okay. Do you have them? Do any of them have rewards on them?
2.
And is that why you have those? Because of the rewards? No. Really? Do you know that most people have them for the rewards? You know, that's how they're all sold.
I do realize that, but the reason that I don't specifically go after them is, as a business owner, I know that when I'm getting fees from the credit card companies, when I'm taking their credit cards things, the ones that give rewards charge higher fees.
Yeah. The rewards aren't free. The credit card companies aren't going,
No.
you're using the credit card. We're just gonna give you that money. They've and then the worst part is they've gamified it. Like, oh, click on these, go to these restaurants this month, and you get extra 5% cash back. But
Yep.
it's limited to like $2,000 a year.
Right.
It's absolutely.
But then, of course, $2,000 a year in cash back also means that you're spending a ton more money than you should be.
That's the gamifying part of it.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, but it's on stuff I would have spent anyways. Would you really have gone to the Shake Shack 10 times in August because that was the 10% cash back for that month?
Yeah, I don't pay any attention to that stuff. As a matter of fact, I get messages, why have you not done this yet? Because I don't need to do it. Because I'm not going to go to these places.
Yeah. Well, you thought that the credit score was a good thing to have.
Well, it is when you need to borrow money or when you want, of any kind. Like when Susie gets a new car, we get so much better rates on the car.
What if you paid cash? Isn't 0 a better rate than what you got with a good FICO score?
Kind of, sort of, yes.
I'm thinking 0 is better. I'll tell you what, Scott. We're going to go even up. You're going to give me $1,000. Okay. And I'm going to charge you 10% of that money, but I'm going to give you back $100 or $50. Okay. And then you're going to give me, did I give you 1,000? I forgot.
You said I was going to give you 1,000. So right now you're screwing me pretty good.
Yeah. Well, but wouldn't you rather just have the 1,000 at 0%? I mean, 0% is better than whatever they're charging you. If they're charging you 10%, but giving you back 2%, 0 is better.
Yes.
But we don't get that anymore in society. We're not taught that anymore in society.
Well,
we're taught all the commercials are go into debt, buy this, buy above your means.
Yes.
Don't you need that?
That's how you keep the GDP going.
I've got to buy a brand new car. Because brand new car. Dude, the minute you drive the car off the lot, it's a used car.
That's correct.
Well, why don't you buy one of those that somebody drove off the lot and then brought it?
Because then it doesn't smell like a new car anymore, unless it's got one of those little new car things in it.
Mine did. Mine smelled like the new car. It came with a warranty, and I paid cash for it.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense at all.
Okay. Well, you do realize that the government does not want you using cash for anything.
Yeah. Why is that?
Because they can't keep track of your income if you're taking cash stuff.
Exactly.
That's why they're trying to get it so that you can't even, like, you go to Miller Park, you go to Alpine Valley, they're all cash free.
Cashless. Yeah.
Yep.
Cash free. So you can keep track.
Right.
But that's how. So back to politics. Did you hear about the big revelation? They found $28 million of diamonds were purchased for the Bidens. No, there's no kickbacks going in there. The new way to avoid not cash, diamonds.
That's not new. People have been using diamonds as currency since the beginning of currency.
$28 million in diamonds. That's just crazy. Well, it's why the casinos have chips. It's not because they don't want money on the table and somebody can run by and grab the money.
It is why.
No.
It is. Because otherwise people would have guacamole.
No.
Because everybody knows guacamole goes good with chips.
No. Well, they have
Unless
chips.
It's crappy guacamole.
So why don't they have guacamole if they have chips? That doesn't make any sense.
Don't they?
No, but they gamify everything. They make it a big game, and you go into debt more playing this game.
Yes.
It's absolutely crazy.
It's well, you do realize, obviously, mortgages are probably the biggest expense you have in your life, except, I'm serious, there are cars out there that cost more than my first house.
Yeah, but do you really need that car?
I don't.
Really?
I'm not going to spend $145,000 on a freaking car. That's just asinine.
Right. It is ridiculous. But no, yeah, A house should be your number one line item.
Yep.
Should be.
Yep.
And your car should be less, and it should be just, you don't need a Rivian. You don't need $100,000 Ocean.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. And you don't need a new car.
Susie gets a new car every 10 years.
But she has car payments too, doesn't she?
For 5 years, and then no car payments for 5 years.
Oh, she does do no car payment for 5 years?
Correct.
Okay. Well, that's good.
So, but yeah, that's what she does. And of course, she buys it and she keeps it for 10 years. That makes it viable.
Which, makes it more palatable. But in that 5 years, if she would have kept those payments going for the 5 years she didn't have payments,
right,
one time, she would then have more than enough money to buy the next car and not have any payments at all, but any interest payments at all. So she would have to pay the interest on that car loan, which means the next car she would buy, she'd only have car payments in her head for 5 years to put up the money. Then for 5 years, she'd be collecting the interest on that money. And
except you keep forgetting, until recently, there was no interest on money.
Okay.
We were like at 0.05% interest.
That's not true either.
And her car payments were 3.5% interest.
That's not true either.
Sure was.
Okay. If you put it in the bank, there were other ways to invest your money. If you're going to hold it for 10 years, you could put it in the stock market and get 10%.
Oh yeah, you could. We've got money in the stock market. And I tell you something, when it goes up and then it goes down, then it goes up and then it goes down, then it goes up, and then it goes down.
Overall, it's up.
That's what they keep insisting is the case.
But they also tell you the past is not indicative of the future.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well then what are you basing anything on?
Well, if you don't invest,
you can say that
we can't make any money.
You can say that all you want, but have you ever figured out anything without trying to figure out what happened in the past? Well, let's see. When I eat this food, I get really bad gas. So I won't eat that food anymore because of what happened in the past. You don't go up to food the first time you had it and go, that food's going to give me gas.
Well,
without having any past. What?
You'd be surprised.
About what?
There are people that would think that.
Think what?
There are pessimists in this world that think the bad things about absolutely everything. So I guarantee you.
And what are they basing that off of?
Fears.
Now,
the past. Fears. Yeah.
The past. Something had to happen to them in the past to give them that fear.
I see. They were born. Yes, that's the problem.
Yes, exactly. The past. So it's just a joke, dude.
But not a very funny one.
I mean, I just saw these articles really quick just to back up my point a little bit farther. This is from MoneyWise Law. Your credit score is a scam designed to keep you in debt. True, right?
Yes.
Where's the next link? CNBC. Democrats and Republicans in Congress agree the system that determines credit score is broken.
Now, why would they think that? Really?
All right, so there's that one. And there's this one. Oh, no, that's the next subject. I had one more in there, but the greatest capitalist scam of the century. Why credit scores are screwing us all over. So you can find articles like that all over the place, and so look it up. Look it up, folks. Try to do better. That's all I'm asking. I'm just asking this whole show, try to do better.
Yes.
But you saw a teaser of our next subject. You know what's coming up, right?
McDonald's.
Halloween. Halloween's coming up.
Oh.
McDonald's, unless you ate a lot, I hope your McDonald's isn't coming up.
It would be bad.
Yeah. So I was surprised. The Don't Know Show was surprised to know this. Do you know when Boo Buckets originally were introduced? Think about how long ago this was.
I want to say the late 70s.
Yeah, middle 80s, 1986.
Okay.
The Boo Buckets have been around 1986. Now, they were discontinued in 2016. Then they brought them back in 2022.
Okay.
Do you know the colors of the Boo buckets? Do you remember what they are?
I want to say black, orange, pumpkin colored.
Yep.
Didn't they have a purple one?
No, they do now, though.
Okay. I thought I
They're
saw
replacing the black one with a purple one. They have the white ghost one.
Right.
And then they have the green Frankenstein one.
That's what it was. Franken baby.
Frankenstein. So there you go. That's the ones from this year. The Boo buckets are back.
Bull beans.
Cool, huh? Let's see. What do we got here? Doesn't have the originals, but yeah, I thought that was very interesting. Look, that's
Just wait, go up. The little
Left McRib.
Nope, a little higher, just a little. There it is. Thought I saw something in there. You were going so fast that it made me read words.
What do you think you saw? And I'll tell you.
I thought I saw that the reason why they canceled it, but
no,
Okay.
that wasn't in there. The green and orange and white buckets are making a comeback this year, along with the purple vampire character launching for the first time since their original purple Boo bucket. Oh, so they did have a purple one before. This year, the green pale is a monster, the orange is a skeleton, and white is a mummy. Oh, not a ghost, a mummy.
Mummy.
But Burger King's going to do them also.
Not the mummy.
Burger King's doing Halloween buckets. Look at that.
Okay. I even saw Las Vegas was in their list there.
It's the ghost pepper.
The ghost pepper. I get it. Yeah.
Ghost pepper. They have a ghost pepper sandwich.
Okay.
Trick or heat season. Get it?
Yes. Trick or heat
ghost
season.
pepper.
Yeah, I get it.
So Burger King's
Yeah.
Burger King's trying to play on all of the I don't know what they're trying to play on, but whatever. But this is your favorite part of the show. Did you know that?
It is. Because we're talking about food.
No.
Or we're talking about sex.
We're going to talk about our genuine positivity.
Oh, I know what that is.
But Scott did have time to write this week.
I was smart and I did it during my break earlier in the week.
But I do believe you've done this before. So as a matter of fact, I know you've done this before.
Well, similar. I did something similar. This is slightly different.
This is okay. So the only difference is you attach it to a song.
I did.
But the actual quote is verbatim the quote you did last time. So Scott, with the new twist for 2023, what is our genuine positivity message?
If everyone did at least one act of random kindness a week, it would be like the Sam Cooke song, "What a Wonderful World This Would Be."
Yeah. So what was your one random act of kindness?
Well, I do many, so it's not just one for me. But, I do simple things like, I see somebody that comes back to their car with the grocery cart and they put the groceries in there and I offer to take the cart back. Going in and I see somebody in a wheelchair coming up. I hustle to get to the door to open the door for the wheelchair to come up. I just do that all the time. I can't help myself. It's the way I was brought up.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the
So
time.
for me, it's more than once a week.
All the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Even when I'm sleeping, I do it. I dream of doing nice things.
Oh, I thought you wake up and stop snoring for Susie's sake.
No, it's the opposite in our house, Steve. I'm the one that wears the earplugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even Susie says it's weird. I mean, every once in a while you snore, but it's really work. Yeah. My brother shakes the house when he's here. Pretty funny.
Really?
Yep. Slightly before your mom passed away, you remember that I was over 300 pounds.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
That is when I was having some snoring, and I could always tell when I snored because I'd wake up in the middle of the night with a dry throat. That's a dead giveaway you're snoring. So, yeah, once I dropped down, I have no idea. I haven't weighed myself in a month because I'm
Dropped down to 299.
Yeah. Well, I was down into the 260s, and I don't seem to have the snoring problem anymore.
Yeah, I got to get back down 250. I'm doing terrible.
So I'm pretty sure I'm down to about 240 now. So
that's awesome. I don't exercise enough. That's my problem.
It's also part of my problem. Too much time at the computer.
No, too much time being lazy.
I don't have time to be lazy. Although I only worked, not counting the show. This is not, I don't call this work. It is, but it is, you know what? It's the editing is the work. This is stress relief here. I only worked 15 minutes today because I did everything yesterday. So I had the time off today.
Oh yeah. And what'd you do today?
Well, we went out for lunch, but my one brother-in-law that we go out to lunch for because of his health is so bad, didn't want to go out today. So we ended up going to a place in Lake Geneva. I paid for my parking, which cost me $3, and found out it was an hour and a half wait to get in. So we ended up leaving.
Why do you have to pay for parking?
It's Lake Geneva. We went to Lake Geneva for just something different.
And you got to pay?
Yes, you got to pay in Lake Geneva to park.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, that's nuts.
So
now, is that only during tourist season or is that 365?
They used to have off season 2 hours of free parking.
Wow.
But I have, technically we're off season already, but maybe they extend it to November here because it, still a zoo in Lake Geneva, just not as much of a zoo.
That's crazy.
So we ended up trying to go to another place that didn't open till noon, and we eat at freaking between 11 and 11:30. That is our time to eat because Susie has to eat dinner at 5 o'clock. Right. So if we eat dinner at 1 p.m, how is she supposed to eat at 5 o'clock?
You eat lunch. Yeah, if you eat lunch.
Right. So we went there. They don't open till noon. So we ended up going to Pizza Hut because we don't have a Pizza Hut in Delavan anymore. And through our pizza show, I told you, even Susie, it's the same thing. That crust is absolutely to die for. And my brother-in-law did not want to go there because he said, it's Pizza Hut. I says, look, I realize that their toppings are but that crust makes up for it. And it does. And he ate 5 pieces of pizza. I was like, oh, this is really good.
Slow down there, Sparky. You leave some pizza for the rest of us. You didn't like it in the first place. Now you're eating all of it.
Well, fortunately, Susie only ate 2 pieces. I ate 2 pieces. He ate all the rest.
Jeez. Yeah.
So
nice.
Well, don't forget, he's also 6'5", and he's the guy.
Not the point. Not the point. Didn't like it. That's the whole point.
But you're going to get a kick out of this. You should remember him from the wedding because you've heard the stories over and over and over again. How before the wedding he ate 13 sloppy joes, and then at the wedding he had 4 full helpings of dinner.
Yeah,
it's like, and he was never fat. He's never been fat a day in his life. He's 6'5", and I don't think he weighs more than 200 pounds.
No, some people are.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yep.
Sucks.
I was told he looked like Grandpa Sunday. So
crazy,
goofy.
So I found this article. I don't want to hit all of them, but it's 15 facts that sound fake, but we can prove they're true.
Ooh.
The first one is, I'm not exactly sure how they proved this one true, but in Michael Jackson's song, Smooth Criminal, the line, Annie, are you okay? Is medically inspired.
Okay.
Annie, are you okay? Anyone who is CPR trained, Annie, or rather Rescue Annie, is the name of the CPR doll you practice on. And one of the first questions when giving CPR you're supposed to ask is, Annie, are you okay? Or you're supposed to shake the person, right? Are you okay?
Yes.
But you don't know their name. But in class, you know their name.
Yes.
So, yeah. I'm not sure. They don't say how they prove things.
Okay,
here's another one. Again, they don't say how they prove this, but
I understand.
They say they could prove this if they needed to. Now, the Don't Know Show, again, doesn't know how they prove this. But goats have accents. So goats from different parts of the world neigh in different accents.
Okay. I'm going
Or
to have.
they bleat. It's called a bleat. The
Yes.
goat bleeding.
Okay.
Called a bleat.
Okay. I'm thinking that it has potential simply because that's where the accidents for people come from. We're separated far enough apart that things slightly change because of climate, other noises that are in the area, all that sort of stuff. It all could I can see that as being potentially true.
I want to know who's doing these studies, because apparently
They're probably getting paid for it too. I want to get paid for this shit.
This vocal flexibility is found in humans, bats, dolphins, and goats.
Okay, cool.
So somebody's like over there going, what if this whale sounds the same everywhere else in the world?
Well, yeah, but whales, most whales, I believe, travel the majority of the world.
So do you know the difference between cumulus clouds and nimbus clouds and all that other stuff?
Yes and no. I know a lot of them, but I do not know all of them.
Okay, cumulus clouds.
Right. Those are the big fluffy ones that are usually gray on the bottom, huge white cotton balls on top. And they're the ones that most of the rain comes from.
Right. So since they hold most of the rain, what do you think the average cumulus cloud weighs?
Okay. This sounds like a trick question because
I'm not exactly sure how they're weighing these things.
At the moment, they're up in the sky, so they weigh nothing.
No,
just let me finish. Let me finish. I'm serious. If they're
hot air balloon goes up in the air and it still has a weight.
Yeah. It's the amount of moisture that is in it that they're weighing. So they're
a hot air balloon goes up in the air and it still has a weight.
Yeah.
So
but it doesn't weigh anything until it comes to the ground. So there.
Density of the cloud and the water droplets in it. Okay.
Right.
So density of cloud and water droplets. How much does the cumulus cloud weigh on average?
Well, some of these, it's an average thing. So I'm going to say easily 3 or 4 tons.
Okay. 2,000 pounds in a ton.
Correct.
Therefore, 6,000 to 8,000 pounds.
I'll go with that. Yeah. And I know I'm wrong because just by the way you did that.
1.1 million pounds.
Wow.
1.1 million pounds. Or 100 elephants.
Cool.
That's ridiculously crazy.
Yeah. But that's only math. Math is the only way they know that.
Yeah. So Harvard's a very old and established university in the United States. Yes.
Excuse me, Steve. You said it incorrect. It's Harvard.
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 Harvard Yard. Okay.
Okay.
Harvard University was founded in 1636.
Okay.
1636.
Sure. 12 books. That's all they had.
You know who Galileo is?
I don't know him personally because he's been gone for a really long time, but yes.
He's the father of physics.
Yes.
Do you know that he died in 1642? Therefore, Harvard University was actually established before Galileo died.
Wow.
Galileo was around when Harvard University was. That's crazy.
Yep.
Okay. Lions roar. Leopards and jaguars roar. Cheetahs do not roar. Did you know that?
Yes, there's a term for it, but it's more of a screech.
And it's called meowing, like cats.
Yeah.
They meow like house cats. It's called meow.
Yeah. Okay.
In fact, they can only meow, hiss, purr, and yelp. Weird, huh?
Yeah, the yelp is the screech. When Susie watches those shows, you hear it and it's ear piercing.
Okay. There's 365 birthdays in a year, right?
Most of the time.
Okay. How many people do you think you need to be in the same room where it's a 50-50 chance that two of you have the same birthday?
I'm going to go with 60.
You believe it's only 23?
It's a lot lower than I would have thunk.
If there's
Well,
23 people in the same room, there's a 50-50 chance that two of the people will have the same
I
birthday.
think I know the reason for this too.
Called the birthday paradox, because there are 253 comparisons to make. First of the 23 people will compare their birthday to 22 others. So the second person will have 21 others. So there's math behind it.
Okay. I was going to go with a slightly different form of math.
Go for your math.
I know for a fact that one of the most popular months for birthdays happens to be September, and another one happens to be November. And the reasons for that is New Year's Eve and Valentine's Day. 9 months later, more babies are born than normal because those are the two, quote unquote, most days
Sex
that people will have sex. Yes.
Here's one for you. You want to help with emissions? The world's 16 largest ships emit more sulfur than 800 million cars. 800 million cars. 16 cargo ships are 800 million cars.
Yeah. That's astounding, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know that when I watch the old war movies, World War II specifically, when you see these destroyers chasing after subs and stuff like that, the black smoke that is coming out of those is insane. That's all diesel.
Yeah. All right. You know the Humpty Dumpty nursery rhyme?
I do.
Do you know what Humpty Dumpty was?
Yes and no. I remember reading the story years and years and years ago, and I do not recall.
So it wasn't an egg.
No. The egg was a metaphor.
Oh, you met her for? You met her before?
I met her before, yes.
Okay. Humpty Dumpty was the name of a cannon used by English royalists from 1642 to 1649. It set atop a wall, and the enemy shell broke the wall, and Humpty Dumpty fell and broke and remained beyond repair.
Yeah. See? Weird. All right.
So there you go.
Wait a minute. We just imparted viable knowledge to people.
The Don't Know Show.
What's wrong with us?
It's Don't Know Show.
Yeah. Because if we don't know and you don't know, we find out, then you learn.
So, do you like art? Do you like interesting art?
Oh, not boring art.
Well, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs hanging on the wall?
That's art.
Yeah.
Or what do you call a guy with no arms, no legs in a big pond?
Bob.
What do you call a guy with no arms, no legs laying on their front doorstep?
Matt.
There's a bunch of them. Lots and lots and lots of them. They're all just as stupid.
What's the name of the lady with one leg
here's the thing.
standing against the wall?
Eileen. Yes, I can appreciate art. I don't go out of my way looking for it, but when I run across some, I can appreciate it.
Have you not gone like to an art museum or an art? Have you ever been like to an art gallery?
Of course. Well, I've been to museums back when I were in school and we
were forced
field
to
trips. Yeah.
I'm talking about on your own.
No, do not go.
Like, do you and Susie not like when you go to a mall or anything, go check out the art stores?
No.
Really?
Really?
Huh. Well, I'm going to steal Walead Beshty's idea.
Okay.
Walead Beshty created art out of glass boxes.
Okay.
He made a glass box. See that?
Sure.
Glued the panes there, glued the panes there. Put the
Yep.
Its box is the exact size of a FedEx box.
Gesundheit.
And for 10 years, from 2005 to 2014, he packaged his artwork in the FedEx box and then shipped them across the country to his exhibition. So it would go into the box unbroken and ship it in the FedEx box with the exact size of the box, and then would open it up at the gallery that it was at and put it on top of the box with the tracking number and everything. And that would be the artwork.
Okay.
That was his display.
Sure.
Then we'd go to the next gallery. He would repackage, he would take pictures of it, repackage the already broken artwork, put it back in the box or a new box and ship it to the next gallery. And then the new damage was the artwork at the new gallery.
Right.
So look at that. I mean, it's kind of cool, I guess.
It is unique.
I mean, even the triangle ones, look.
Yep.
I mean, that's kind of clever, right?
It is. Somebody had to think of it, you know?
What a cool artwork that would be.
Sure.
But it doesn't matter if you saw his artwork at your last gallery, because when it got to the next gallery,
it would look different. See,
so,
that is kind of genius.
So if you bought artwork and then he shipped it to you, it wouldn't look like the artwork you bought.
Right.
Kind of cool. Kind of a clever idea.
Yep. And obviously, there is some kind of a film in there, because otherwise it'd be pieces everywhere in the box instead of still together, just cracked.
Right. He probably's got a
like using safety glass type stuff.
Yeah.
Windshield washer, windshield glass. You know, you've ever seen anybody hit a windshield?
Anybody has it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. He works constructed laminated glass.
Yeah. It's designed not to shatter.
Yeah. It's like your windshield or your car window.
Not the side windows. The side windows are designed to shatter.
Yeah, but the windshield
on purpose.
But then there's the like the windows on the doors, stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, laminated glass. Kind of cool.
Yep.
I thought it was cool. But yeah, there was a lady who traveled around different cities, and she would go to Goodwill, Salvation Army, and she'd buy sweaters.
Okay.
And then she would take the sweaters, unravel the threads, and she would make artwork of the city skyline.
Okay.
And I thought that was cool, of her traveling around.
Oh, excuse me, people. It's weird. I got plenty of sleep last night, yet I'm still yawning.
City skyline from local sweaters doesn't have.
I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
But yeah, I mean, kind of cool, right?
Yeah, I was kind of
she
hoping
would
you were
do a
going to share it
relief
so you
like
see
that
it.
and get all different sweaters. I don't know. I just remember seeing it when I've gone to.
This you didn't already. This isn't pre-done. Okay.
Yeah, no, this
I
is
understand.
a pre-done thing.
Yeah, it's like what I do to you all the time when we're talking about something that makes me remember something, and I throw it out there like, "Where are you
But
going?"
at least I try and look it up.
Yeah, well, I sometimes try to look it up too.
So you know what else isn't made out of paper and made out of cloth?
Skin, leather products.
Skin's made out of cloth, huh?
Oh, you said isn't. You said isn't.
Weird, yeah, some weird is.
Weirdo.
Is.
Okay, made out of what?
Cloth.
Cloth. What is made out of cloth? A lot of things
Yeah,
are made
everybody
out of
thinks
cloth.
made out of paper.
Oh, I see. How about vellum?
How about what?
Vellum. It's
What
a
the-
cloth like paper, like money is. Money is not really paper, even though it's sort of paper.
I don't know how to spell vellum.
Delleum or UME. I don't remember. It's a type. It's what they used to write on in the old days. It's made out of plants and stuff like that. Not made out of
VELOM?
BELL.
No, that's a town.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what.
You are.
I will.
VELLUM.
That's what I said. Vellum paper. There we go. Vellum paper. Made out of
Vellum
wool.
is bottom RTW clothing label. Oh no, that's a clothing label.
Translucent vellum, see-through paper.
Oh, well, whatever.
Yeah.
But money is made out of 25% linen and 25% cotton.
Yeah. See, I told you,
Many
money.
fibers randomly to make it more difficult to
Counterfeit. Yes. See, again, things we knew.
And they make specific watermarks in it and stuff like that. So if you hold it up and do all that stuff, but that's kind of cool, right?
Yes, it is.
How do they print on money?
With printers, of course.
No, they don't use printers.
They don't use printers. What do they use?
No.
They handwrite everything? No.
What?
If they're not using a printer, then they
play. Yeah. What, laser printer or inkjet?
Yeah, there you go.
They use engraving plates.
Okay.
And why do they use engraving plates?
Because again, hard to counterfeit.
An inkjet or a laser.
Because it presses into the cloth and makes it stick.
See, you know a lot about money. It's offset printing.
It's
cool. All right, that's enough about how money's made. I don't care.
Okay.
Guess what's making a comeback?
70s.
Oh, that's cool. How do I get that to start again? Maybe I can do this and then do this. Nope. Let's see if I can do this. Yep. Okay. And now I make it start again.
It's that time of year.
This is cool.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Ready?
Dirt is went away already. Dirt is free. Dirt is free.
F-R-E, free. So the Manx 2.0.
Okay.
Is an EV.
It's a Dune buggy.
It's an EV. Electric vehicle, first one was higher from Meyers Manx.
Okay.
This electric buggy looks at home in this Malibu, in Malibu, right? So
right.
It looks like a Dune buggy, right? So I did some research. Did you know that the original Dune buggy is a Meyers Manx?
I did not.
So the Don't Know Show didn't know that either. Check this out. Dune buggy, in quotes, redirects from here. Oh, okay. A dune buggy, also known as a beach buggy, is a recreational off-road vehicle designed originally by Meyers Manx, by Bruce Meyers.
Cool beans.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
It was originally built on the chassis of existing vehicles, Volkswagen Beetles, most commonly used.
Right.
But yeah.
What I don't understand is why the original picture you had said $500, then it says the base price is $74,000.
I think that was for the plans.
Really?
Well, $500 deposit.
Wow. $74,000 for a freaking dune buggy? Seriously?
Electric. Yeah, exactly. But if you act now and put it on your credit card, you can split the payments. That's the new thing. People are they're asking you to split payments for like food at McDonald's. Would you like to split this across 4 payments? Because they know that you'll spend more. And these people that are putting it up on their websites, the company that's selling it says, yeah, do this because people will spend more money. Because if they only have $40 to spend, but then you say, hey, 4 equal payments, this is 10, then that means they still got $30 left to spend. Even though they don't.
That's right.
But isn't that crazy?
Yes, it is.
The original Dune buggy. I'm like, wait, it's a Dune buggy. But a Dune buggy was originally made by Meyers Manx, by Bruce Meyers.
Yay.
Isn't that crazy? There's something you don't know about the Don't Know Show. The Dune buggy was a Meyers Manx.
I like it.
Am I still sharing?
No. What I'm curious about is why it wasn't in the movie Dune. You'd think it would be.
It is.
Oh, okay.
Did you see the movie Dune?
Yes.
Don't you remember the buggies they were in?
Yeah, I guess, well, they were military though. So, but yeah, I guess it was similar. And they weren't electric. course, there's a new Dune, isn't there? Or is that a series that they made?
There's a new one.
No, I suppose.
There was a series also.
Okay. Because I read the book first, and then I saw the movie. Excuse me. Found it one of those movies that was actually pretty true to form, which was really nice. Do you remember when I talked to you about reading the Expanse series books and the show came out on TV and I wouldn't let Susie watch it because I hadn't finished reading the book yet?
Oh, seriously? No, you didn't tell me about that part.
Yeah. So I finished reading the book and the theoretical last book of the show, it was the beginning of the pandemic. So everything shut down. They ended the show, and they changed the whole ending. And then 2 more books came out. So there was still stuff happening with people who were dead from the movie. It's like, oh, crap.
Yeah, I'm not good.
So Dune's probably similar. Same situation. They made some changes.
Do you see a lot of Lamborghinis driving around?
No,
like
but I
walking
do
stuff like
see
that
that. No, Lake Geneva, there's 1 or 2 that come up here in the summer.
Okay. Yeah, Lake Geneva would be a place. Yeah, we see it in Vegas all the time.
We see Lambos. We see.
So to me, I don't care about
Jags.
the other vehicles. This is very specific to a Lamborghini. So these are what Lamborghinis look like to me.
Okay.
The Huracan. There's the Spider. Very distinct look, right?
Yes.
Let's see. Do I have another one? Convertible. Okay. You got to get the idea.
Yeah, we got a Spider up here for sure because I recognize that yellow car.
Okay.
Black trim.
They are making an EV.
Yes, I heard about that.
Does that look?
It does look similar, but they changed it because it needed to be even more aerodynamic, I'm
But
sure.
look how high it is up off the ground. It looks more like a sedan than yes,
okay.
but no. That's all the different. I mean, look, see that? Right? Now look at this. Right, go away. I want it. It won't close.
Because you didn't do your update.
There's the video of it. But it doesn't look like a Lambo to me. It definitely doesn't like it.
What if it were a spaceship I could drive in my everyday life? What if it brought together artificial intelligence and human fun to drive?
What if it spoke a design language that combined all the languages I love most?
I wonder why it doesn't look like a Lambo.
Yeah, right.
What if it left the world outside speechless and
What if it
had
looked like
a
a
world
Lambo?
of entertainment inside?
What if its engine could howl on the track and roar on the road?
What if it had a GP body shape and the comfort of a higher seat position?
Higher
What if
seat
it were
position.
truly thrilling and fully electric?
What if tomorrow a Lamborghini like this could become a reality?
Lamborghini Lanzador. Designed by New Desires.
See? It's a redesign. It's not a Lamborghini.
Yep.
It's not a Lamborghini. So
Well, it is a Lamborghini.
yeah, but it's not because it's redesigned. You heard the big one, right? Higher
Yeah.
seat.
Yes.
Therefore, they moved it up off the ground, made it a sedan. I'm like, I don't know. Not into it.
Well, look how many different versions of the Volkswagen Beetle there are. They're still the Volkswagen Beetle. They're just different. They're
All right, we have
redesigned.
2 subjects left, and we really only have time for 1. So you see what the 2 subjects are, yes?
I see what one of them is. What's the other one? Ooh.
Which one would you rather do?
Let's do the Alaska one.
All right. So I will cut this one.
There are actually 3 there because there's also the one above the Alaska one.
Oh, yeah, I got to do that one. Did we do this one already? Did we talk about this one?
We did several weeks ago.
All right, so I'm going to cut that one then. There we go. All right. So Alaska grows insanely large fruit and vegetables. And we know this because they just recently had their state fair.
Okay.
It was the end of last month.
Yep.
Right?
Sure.
So that's where you get this stuff. Who and why are we making cabbage that big?
Holy schmoly. I know exactly why.
Why?
Because they need it for the next Lord of the Rings movies.
Isn't that crazy? Look at it.
Yeah. That way they can make the hobbits look tiny by being next to these cabbages that are that big.
This is from 2013. 91 pounds.
No, 92.1 pounds.
92. Yeah, 92 pounds.
That is a big head of cabbage.
They produced a 138-pound cabbage, a 65-pound cantaloupe, a 65-pound cantaloupe.
That could feed a lot of people.
35-pound broccoli. Look at them zucchinis.
Yeah, no kidding.
She needs an over-shoulder boulder holder.
Yeah, no kidding.
But these are the older ones. I wish they had the new records for. But I saw this because the festival, or the fair just happened. But
yep.
They have the giant pumpkins there.
Yep.
The giant.
I've seen bigger than that, but that's still pretty big.
Why? Why does Alaska have that?
Well, probably because it's a shorter growing season, so things are just slightly different.
Shorter
or could it? Well, yeah, Alaska's summers are short compared to ours.
But how about their sun?
Well, yeah, that could be because obviously in the summertime they get almost 24 hours of sun for like 2 weeks.
Extra sunlight.
Yeah. Oh, makes it sweeter. Ooh.
Yeah. So Alaska's summer gives the growers an edge. They'd still get the giant seeds and then bring them up there, so they're still important.
Right.
But much as 20 hours of sunshine per day. The photosynthesis bonus allows them to produce more plant material and grow larger.
I like it.
That's crazy, though. I just find that as crazy.
Local bunkers.
I did get some pictures. Did I get pictures from this year?
Maybe.
No, it's all the older stuff.
All right. That'll teach you.
902-pound pumpkin. 902-pound pumpkin.
902 pounds.
Crazy. Wait, what is that?
I have no idea. I can't see it, Steve.
That can't be. That's got to be something else.
Could be.
Oh, this is ugly stuff.
It is not a sex toy, Steve.
Ugly. It's not. Yeah. So check it. Oh, it's going to give me a bunch of ads here.
Of course it is.
Well, I'm not.
That's their whole purpose in life, is to make ads miserable for us.
It was a giant tomato, but I can't get in to see the weight on it because it just pops up a billion ads when I go there.
Right.
But with that, it's time for our word of the week, and you didn't know what my rant was going to be, but you picked this word.
Yep. How cool is that? The word is chutzpah. It's the quality of audacity, for good or for bad. It derives from the Hebrew word chutzpah, meaning insolence, cheek, or audacity. And of course, Steve showed that he has chutzpah at the beginning of the show.
And it's spelled Chutzpah.
Yes, not just an H. There's a C in front. So it's not though, which we say here. It's silent, like pehonix.
The positive version of chutzpah, which is more likely to lead to positive outcome, revolves primarily around being confident, daring, and brazen. There you go.
You brazen hussy, you.
So let me see if I can find something really quick.
Find it quick, Steve. Find it quick.
I can't think of what it's called. Oh,
It's not called O. Because the big O is something more fun. Okay, he found something. I see the glint through his eye.
how to share it. Does that frog have chutzpah?
Yeah, I've seen that in a lot of places. That's an old one.
Yeah.
Never give up, baby. Never give up.
Hanging out of that throat. That's got it. Now that frog's got chutzpah.
Yeah.
You're not taking me down, pelican boy.
All right.
So there we go. That was a great show. Hope you guys enjoyed your week. I'm going to see if I can get Connor to call in. When are we doing your show?
Whatever.
Next week?
I've got 2 more weekends where it's crazy, and then things get back to normal.
Next week?
Oh, we can, I'm sure.
Well, you got to be prepared for it
No, I don't.
with all your subjects.
I don't need any preparation for those subjects.
Do you have all your subjects written? That's it?
No, that's
What's
fine.
there? That's an hour show?
No problem.
So are we doing it next week?
Sure, why not?
All right, everybody stay tuned for next week's show. Next week's show, Scott will be in charge of all the subjects, steering the show and directing me, keeping me on task.
No, that'll never happen because Steve breaks everything always.
No, never. So with that, I want to say thank you for watching.
And if you feel our show, yes, folks, our show is not a bad life decision.
Please subscribe, like, watch our other shows and channels. Hey, remember, next week, Scott is taking over. Scott is in charge. Scott subjects, Scott topics. Scott will know how to talk about everything. He will be able to talk on each one of the subjects he picks for at least an hour. And let's see if he can get the show down to an hour, considering he's got like 30 subjects already listed out. So he's going to have to do 3 minutes on each. I don't know. 2 minutes on each subject. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a crazy show. Tune in next week. I want you to live every day, and we'll see you on the next show.
Be genuinely positive, live and love life, and have yourself a fantastic one.
Good one. Good one, Scott.
Just a fantastic one.
Good one.
I don't want it to just be good. I want it to be fantastic.
Be crazy, and touch your step amazing.